So a different way to understand what is going on and to come up with new feature or product ideas is to build what we call a user journey map, or do the practice of customer journey mapping. So what it usually visualizes is one of two things. The first one could be how a user currently solves the problem that they're having. So getting clarity over this, understanding this, will allow you to understand where your product lives in the entire user journey. So let's say you want to solve the problem of personal transportation. That doesn't start the moment the person hops in the car. Usually the whole problem that the user is experiencing is that they start their day, they want to get somewhere, they need to make the decision to get there, they need to figure out how long will it take, how do I get there, and only then they step into a car or step into a metro. Then they get there, they need to get out of there from that place that this mode of transportation brings them. They still need to come to their final destination. So it's a whole user journey. And the best products, they're usually laser focused on one specific part. You wouldn't necessarily want to tackle the whole thing, because that makes it less focused. Like, then you have to decide, do I do something to solve a problem in the beginning or a problem in the end? You usually pick one thing and you solve for that. And that's usually what you do when you're trying to enter into a space with a new product. Once you establish yourself in that one part, then you can start thinking about, okay, how do I expand? How do I expand and start covering more of that user journey? An example could be Google Maps. So when Google Maps launched, what they were mainly doing was, okay, yeah, visualizing maps, but that was only useful once they started putting what is it called? Like they give you the best route and how much time it takes, etc. Right? You put point A, point B, and they basically tell you how you get there. And that's solving that point of knowing how long it will take to get somewhere. They don't solve for you getting a cab or stuff like that. That was not what they did at first. Now, when you use, at least in Malaysia, when you use Google Maps, you plot it, they actually give you the ability to call a cab right from there on the click of a button. So while they didn't decide to build out getting a cab, like having their own ride-sharing service, they still solved that problem for you, the ability to get a cab. So they started covering more. And then they even expanded to earlier. Like now when I get up, right, not today because I don't go to the office anymore, but when I was getting up, they would send me a push notification saying, oh, today the traffic is more heavy. It will take you longer to get to work. Start planning your travel earlier. It's like then they even started covering this part of, oh, I wake up and I need to go somewhere. So they started expanding along the user journey, but they started out with one specific part. And the second way to use user journey mapping is once you already have a product out there, and most of us will start working on an existing product when we enter a new role. So what you can use user journey mapping for is to map out how your current user is currently interacting with your product. So then your start point is the very first moment they start using your product to complete that task. And then the end point is when they finish their task. And then you could also include things that they would do outside of your product for them to finally achieve their task. And doing that will help you uncover pain points that there currently are in your product, bottlenecks if you plot out metrics for it, and basically helps you to understand what you can improve on or pain points that you can expand on to solve. And then that gives you like a good overview of what people are doing. So you can see in the visualization in the slides also, it's like going through the different stages, what the user is doing. And also it gives a customer happiness score under emotions, like in which part is your customer currently happy and where are they frustrated, telling you, okay, here you should probably tackle. And how you can find that out is basically conducting customer interviews next to building your customer journey mapping.